right, so welcome to today's math. So far we've been working at adding fractions and subtracting fractions and whole and mixed numbers. So today we're going to work on add and subtract mixed numbers. So let's start with our problem today. After a party, there were 1 4/6 quesadillas left on one tray and 2 3/6 quesadillas left on another tray. How much of the quesadillas were left? So, I'm going to underline what's being asked of me here. How many are left? Well, what operation will I use? This is a good question because normally when we see the word left, that kind of tells us subtraction. But remember, we're looking at combining what's on one tray and another tray. So in this case, we're actually using addition. And is the sum of the fractional parts of the mixed numbers greater than 1? Well, I've been working on adding fractions pretty easily, so this fractional part is 4/6 and 3/6. 4 and 3, that would be 7/6. So is that greater than 1? Yes, it is. So what am I going to do with that? So adding mixed numbers. Add the fractional parts of the mixed numbers. Okay, so we're going to start with the fractional parts. So we're going to shade the model 4/6 plus 3/6. Okay, so the first one, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to make sure I've got no gaps here, okay, because I don't want to do any miscounting. Now I've got 3/6, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is the way I would model this. And the way I record it is just like addition. And I know it looks funny because it's got fractions in here, but it works the same way. So I've got 1 4/6 plus 2 3/6. Well, we're just adding the fractional parts right now, just adding these guys. So this is 7/6, right? So we're not even thinking about the whole numbers right now. So next part, we add the whole number parts of the mixed numbers. So we're going to shade to model 1 plus 2. So this is what I've already got for my fractional parts, right? They colored it in a different spot than I did. But now I need to shade 1 whole plus 2 wholes. Well, I'm going to shade my whole circle, all the parts. So there's 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so when I am recording it, now I'm adding the whole parts together. So 1 plus 2 is 3. And I've still got my 7/6 here from the first step. But now, we see that, well, actually we've got more than a whole here, right? This is bigger than 1 whole. So we can't leave it that way. And that's probably going to be the biggest challenge for you to remember in this, this entire lesson. So instead, we have to rename the sum. So 7/6 is greater than 1. We're going to group the wholes together to rename the sum. So the model shows a total of 4. 4 wholes and 1/6 left over. Okay, because 3 and 7/6 is actually 3 and 1/6 plus 1/6. So I've got 3 plus 1 plus 1/6, which is the same as 4 and 1/6. Okay, so there were 4 whole and 1/6 of a quesadillas left over when you combine one tray and another tray. Okay, so when modeling, excuse me, when modeling sums such as 4/6 and 3/6, why is it useful to combine parts into wholes when possible? Okay, why didn't I just leave it here? Why did I have to do my last step? Well, one of the reasons is that if you group the parts into as many wholes as possible, it makes it easier to write a fraction greater than 1 as a mixed number, right? And this makes it much clearer how many wholes I'm actually talking about, right? This is not 3 quesadillas. It's and 7/6. Well, I know 7/6 is actually another full quesadilla, okay? So it helps me get a much bigger picture of what number it is that we're dealing with. A much better picture, rather. Okay. So now we're going to move on to subtracting mixed numbers. And remember, when you go through the rest of the unit, rest of the lesson, they may not always tell you if you're adding or subtracting, particularly in the word problems. So you'll have to figure that out. So Alejandro had 3 4/6 quesadillas. His family ate 2 3/6 of the quesadillas. How many quesadillas were left? Okay, so I know right away that that's a straightforward subtraction problem. So 3 4/6 minus 2 3/6. So I'm going to shade the model starting with my largest mixed number here. So shade the model to show 3 4/6, and then I'm going to cross out 2 3/6 to model the subtraction. So I've got to model 3, so 1, 2, 3. So I've got to my 3. Now I need 4/6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I'm going to cross out 2 3/6 because that's what they ate, right? So I'm going to figure out how much is left after they finished eating. So I can get rid of both of these. I can get rid of the 2, 1, 2, and now I need to get rid of my 3/6. So which of these don't I like? All right, I'm going to get rid of these. Okay. So the difference is I still have 1 whole quesadilla and 1 piece, which is a 1/6. So the difference is 1 1/6. So there are 1 1/6 quesadillas left. But of course, we need to look at the proper way of actually recording this. So we're going to subtract the fractional parts of the mixed numbers, then subtract the whole number parts of the mixed numbers. So 4/6 minus 3/6 equals 1/6. 3 wholes minus 2 wholes equals 1 wholes. And there we have it. Same answer. So the share and show has us doing the same thing, but just the recording side. So we're going to write the sum as a mixed number, write the fraction, the fractional part that's less than 1. So I'm going to start up, this one's addition, so I'm going to add whole numbers and add the fractions. I like adding the fractions first because we always work from right to left when we're doing addition and subtraction. So I'm going to do my 1/6 plus 3/6 equals 4/6. And my whole numbers are 1 plus 3 equals 4. I can add 4 wholes and 4/6 to become 4 and 4/6. Okay, so it's fairly straightforward. Like I said, the only issue that you may arise in this one is remembering to rename the sum when you've got actually another whole hiding in your fractional number. Okay, so finish the share and show here on your own, and then move on to the on your own, which is exactly like the example that we just did. And then you've got a whole series of number problems. And remember, the biggest issue here will be figuring out if you are being asked to add or subtract. Okay? So good luck. If you have any questions, please let me know. But hopefully I can see your work by the end of today's school day.